Soulframe aims to open up for broad testing this fall. I am excited. So, TennoCon being the big event every year for digital extremes to kind of showcase a lot of things for Warframe, right? They are the developer behind Warframe, and I do personally feel that Warframe is a fantastic title. I played that game very close to its release way back. I think right at the beginning of 2014 I played it, and it came out towards the end of 2013, I think. If my memory serves me correctly, I might be a little bit off there, but I liked what I played of it initially, and ever since it has gotten much more fleshed out, much more deep, and in good ways. I played, what was it, 2022, beginning of 2023. We hopped in there and got back into playing some Warframe almost a decade later for me. And it was a great experience. I had a lot of fun with it. It's the combat in the game is something that appeals to me greatly. It's very fast-paced. It's a great multiplayer game. It's got a huge emphasis on multiplayer. And it just feels like it's a lot of fun. There's one of the things that I've used Warframe as an example for a long time now of a great way to do live service free-to-play games. They almost always come up whenever I discuss this realm of gaming. They found a way to make a very, very good model for a great continuation of content for a game based on free-to-play and monetizing things the right way. There's a great economy in this game. You can grind almost anything in this game without having to pay, right? There's an awesome community around it. A lot of people still play this game. There's all kinds of markets set up for you to be able to trade and get the things you need and help other people get the things they need. And it's monetized in a fashion that doesn't feel like pay to win or disgusting. Obviously, in a free-to-play game, the live service space, there's a slippery slope a lot, right? There are a lot of people that feel that maybe any kind of pay to progress faster, which is what a game like Warframe will do, is considered pay to win. And for me, it depends on the gravity of it. Pay to win for me is more like, in the traditional fashion of pay to win, is if people that don't pay for anything can't get the same things, that's true pay to win. If you're able to buy things other people can't get, that's true pay to win. In a game like Warframe, where you're getting an amazing experience on a free-to-play level, and you can still get the same things other people have the option to buy without grinding, if you want to play for free, and you can still get those things just by grinding it, it's not as, in my eyes, personally, as much of a pay-to-win situation as it is pay-to-progress, okay? Because you can still get almost everything in the game if you're just willing to devote the time and effort to it, okay? So, Warframe, in my opinion, has always been a very, very, very good model for how to do free-to-play live service games. And we've known about Soulframe for quite a while now. We've seen a lot, over the past year especially, we've seen a lot of extended gameplay looks, things like that. And I'm really excited about trying this out whenever it releases. Warframe is and PUBG did it better. Agree to disagree. But I respect your opinion. Let's read about this. With how much I'm looking forward to the launch of Soulframe, you better believe I was eagerly anticipating seeing and hearing more about its development while at TennoCon 2024. I learned more I did, starting with a preview hosted by Soulframe's creative director Jeff Crooks and community manager Sarah Asselin, along with Digital Extreme CEO Steve Sinclair. Then Soulframe's keynote addresses offered more tidbits, keeping my excitement bubbling. What am I excited about? Even though, as Crooks said, the stuff you are going to see is very much a work in progress. A few new aspects really caught my eye, whereas last year's peak in development was more focused on environmental impact, redemption, and healing. This year, the look was skewed towards, well, looks. The preview started and ended with customization, with some rodent rescue and boss bashing in between. This keynote dev stream took us through the prologue of the game with its story-driven character customization, then offered a peek into the latest prelude that introduces the newest ancestor, Verminia. How long is this? 2 minutes, let's go. I was thinking the same thing almost, dude. I almost can't read the name Jeff anymore written like that and not think Jeff Keighley.
All of Alka's making is magic.
The puppet. Jeff Keighley. You're just trying to start getting me ranting. Knock it off.
Or you'll do it.
How about Evo next month? How about that?
That is a choice only you can make. Don't you forget it. Even if they find you, even if they sing their song, the magic, it's in you. Yours. Like the wind.
Looks great. There's a very extended like gameplay looks of this and everything that was just very quick there, but if you're interested, there is a lot to see so far of this game and it's looking very good. And again, we know Digital Extremes is good at what they do as well, so I'm very, very interested in this game. We'll keep reading here, but let me address what Soup's saying real quick. This looks meh. Sorry, not everything can be Cat Quest 2, okay, buddy? All right. Get wrecked, dude. Where's COD's next event? We're basically having the event constantly right now, talking about how COD is ruining Game Pass, okay? So the event is ongoing. It's consistently being discussed in the industry. Call of Duty is ruining Game Pass. So, you know, it's an ongoing event, dude. We're continuing to talk about it. Soulframe is growing. Did I just say Soulframe's keynote? Yes, this fantasy adventure got its own keynote address separate from its sister game, so there was no spotlight sharing or hogging. Honestly, I am even hoping it grows to take its own day at TennoCon in the future. Well, it will, as long as it... I think this is the thing. I think initially it will be a joint kind of event. But if it gets as big as Warframe, it might have to end up having its own event as well. You know, it just depends on how the game does. Keynote also doubled as the debut of Soulframe's first dev stream. First means more to come and more to show and say about the game. I am all for that. The fact that Soulframe's presence has grown at TennoCon is heartening, shows that the game is developing and maintains a focus. You can't blame me for my worry. When I like new projects, they seem to always disappear. Looking at you, Amazing Eternals. I really want this one to come to pass. The more I see of it, the more I am eager to play. I'm not real worried about this title in not coming to fruition. I'm not really worried in this title about the content it's going to offer, to be honest with you. Again, I think Digital Extremes is very good at what they do. They've been doing it in Warframe alone over 10 years now. Of just really, really consistent I'm not saying everything they've done for Warframe has been received from the community as something to be absolutely amazing, right? But you're talking about a company that does listen to its player base. They've been very consistent with content on the constant, and overall, really good content. Story integrated customization. Let me take care of this real quick. Sorry, guys. There you go. At the opening of the tour, I was already drawn in. Crooks called it the start of the very first significant player quest, the Warsong Prologue, and it began with a story snippet as we followed a bird through the battleground of a siege on a keep. My first question was, can I pet it or be the pretty burb? Man, come on, man. Yo, not... What the... Dog, is this for reals? Stop it, dude. Alright. Get back at it. Nice website. Stupid. Quite impressed with the seamless integration of story and game featuring that it usually considered separate from and outside the narrative. What unique character customization. I now hope more housekeeping type features in Soulframe can be worked right into the story and gameplay, just like this, and the idle screen animation really enhances immersion. As you finish customizing, you learn the baby is you. You're the baby. These characteristics become the default base of your character, or phase 1, as Crooks called it. Then your mother, a night maiden, sends you off. Why must she send you away while she remains? Perhaps that is learned as the quest continues. Adventuring in the overworld. At last year's TennoCon, the Soulframe footage was dashing about and solving puzzles inside a procedural dungeon. This year, it highlights adventuring in the overworld. While Sinclair noted that DE isn't considering Digital Extremes, again, developer, isn't considering the topside an open world like with some Warframe zones, he did offer the comparison that the starting island is about 2 times bigger than the plains of Eidolon. That's plenty of room to run, jump, or possibly get lost in. The rat creature that Envoy played live by Aslan saved during the demo only to be bitten. That's rodent gratitude for you. She then had to chase after to find where it was leading her. During this journey, however, the Envoy ran into a few troubles. Camp of enemies was dispatched while taking advantage of stealth techniques. The big lightning calling boss Nimrod took multiple encounters to beat. That fight highlighted 2 mechanics that really interested the author. One, the death mechanic. If you die, you get to be the burb from the beginning to fly back to your body. Yay for burb. I'm willing to die in the game just to enjoy this feature. I'm hoping that dying actually has some kind of ramifications, though. I like games where it's just not like, oh cool, you died. There's nothing that you know. And Warframe's pretty good about that. But we'll see. The second is using a bow and arrow, a weapon I've grown to love in other games and excited to use in Soulframe. Upon finally reaching the rat's destination, we meet the Witch of Elixirs, Verminia, who is quite the character. She's also one of the ancestors who can join you. When she does, you'll find out that she also helps with customization, as she can offer dyes to change the color of your outfits. She also coined the memorable phrase, "Your aura is showing," when you're stripped down to your skivvies testing the dyes. Honestly, her personality is just kooky enough. I want to go visit and talk with her more. So Prelude 5 is just dropped with more features and things to do, especially in the overworld. Spending more time on density. Sinclair said, explaining that new systems and mini adventures are being added to the overworld. If you're interested in playing, Digital Extremes is inviting more and more people into the Preludes from the signups. However, if you don't get in sooner, Sinclair says, we hope to get into more public hands this fall. He elaborated that this means opening the game up to everyone for testing. When the game opens, it will stay free to play, but there will also be Founders type packs for sale. They're very good at this. They did this with Warframe. I do think this is one of those companies you can trust to, when they say it will. How many times do we have companies saying this is going to be a free to play game? Disney, and they always backtrack and go, yeah, it's not going to be free to play anymore. Disney's iconic for it. This is going to be a free to play game, but in early access, the only way that you can play is if you buy a Founders pack. So Disney basically says, yeah, if you want to play in early access, you do have to buy the game by purchasing a founder's pack. And then before the full release, they'll go back on what they said before and go, oh yeah, people are gonna have to buy it now. Disney loves doing that kind of stuff, as well as a lot of other companies. Disney's the first one that came to mind, though, you know. And so I do think that with Digital Extremes, this is a company you will be able to trust when they say it will stay free to play. Warframe's been free to play in its entire lifespan, you know. And I think they're good at knowing how to develop free-to-play games that can still be profitable and lucrative. And I think they're good at. I think they're a good developer all the way around. I really do. Everything I know about Digital Extremes seems like they're a very good developer. They listen to their fan base. They listen to their player base. You know, it's about taking care of the people that have been taking care of you, and I think they're good at doing that. I'm really excited for Soulframe, man, and we'll keep track of it as we continue to move forward here.